Well, good morning, everybody. It is Travels with Dottie. And what are Dottie and I up to on the 21st of October, 2025? Well, I'll tell you what. It's going to be a very exciting day today. The first part, what we're doing now, isn't very exciting. We're going to the dentist. And if you watch me, you're probably chuckling right now because I had a video where I was talking about the fact that I lost a crown came out in New York when I was on a trip this past weekend. And I went into town when I got back here to buy some of that over-the-counter cement temporary crown thing. And there's no other way to say this. I was kind of arrogantly going on about, oh, I know this will work, and it'll tide me over until I get back to my dentist in December in Mexico. And don't you dare get on the comments and tell me I'm wrong. I don't think I said don't you dare, but I came pretty close. I was full of myself. And of course, there were plenty of people watching that going, shaking their head going, you'll find out, you'll figure out how stupid that is. And I did, almost right away. I mean, I know it says on the package, do not use this for more than 48 hours, it won't work. And I'm like, well, I'll buy 2 packages of it and I'll make it last 2 months. Sometimes I'm kind of a moron. Oh, this is the other really brilliant thing I said. Well, I'm doing this because I don't go, and I said it kind of like this, I swear. I don't go to U.S. dentists. They're just too expensive. So I'm going to a U.S. dentist this morning. I will tell you this. I'm a big fan of Chat GPT. Yes, that's artificial intelligence, and it's lots of bad press on it and stuff, but I'm telling you, this thing is very useful, and I'm going to use it as much as I can before artificial intelligence destroys everything. In the meantime, I'm going to use it. It is a very smart, intelligent way to search the internet. It'll do lots of other things, but that's the way I mostly use it. You ask it a question, and it searches the internet very thoroughly, intelligently, looking for all the potential answers. Then it synthesizes all those answers and provides you a discussion on them and a conclusion. And all along the way, it gives you hyperlinks so you can check out where they're getting their information from if you want to back check their sources. Instead of, like, normally I'd go, what's an inexpensive dentist, like a discount dentist near where I live? And I'd have to go through each sort of website that came up trying to figure that out. Well, it found this place for me pretty quickly, and it not only searches websites for the dentist, but also it searches reviews from customers. It's pretty good. And it found this place, and so I called them for an appointment yesterday. It's Monday, and it's a big place and obviously popular. It's got supposedly good rates for people that pay cash like me, because while I have Cadillac Medicare, I didn't buy a dental plan because I get all my dental work done in Mexico when I'm in Portside in the winter, and it's worked out so far pretty good. We'll let you know how good when I find out how much it costs me to re-cement this. Because if I were in Algodones, I think it'd been less than a year since I put this in, and they would repair it for free within a year for sure. And it speaks a little bit about the quality that I got, because a crown's not supposed to fall out in less than a year. It's not. It's supposed to be, it's called permanent. That ain't permanent. So, anyway, I call and they take all my information, and they said, let me put you on hold while I check for the next available appointment. And I'm sitting there thinking, like you are, it's going to be November, just, November something. It's going to be I'll be lucky if I can get one in 2 weeks. And she gets on the line and says, how's 9 o'clock tomorrow morning for you? I couldn't get the words out. I was speechless. And I said, that's just, yeah, absolutely, I'll be there. That's amazing. And I'm just bubbling over with enthusiasm. And she laughs and she said, I knew we just had a cancellation, so I knew it was there. And this is a, I think there are 3 or 4 of these. It's a group, a company that has 3 or 4 of these. And this was a call center. This wasn't the actual place. That's pretty darn good service for a call center, and I let her know how grateful I was for the quick appointment and her kindness on the phone. Okay, so you said that's not the exciting part. It's not. You're going to go to the dentist. Dottie, you and Dottie are going to go to the dentist with me. What's exciting is my good friends from years in staying in Quartzsite, Deb and Denny. I found out they figured out, hey, yeah, we're coming through. We're on our way to Arizona, and I think we might be going close to Rob. So they called, and they are, and they're going to stay as my guest in the boondocking area near where I live, and I'm pretty excited about that. And they'll be here sometime today, so I get to spend some time with them. And Dottie's really excited because Deb gives treats to Dottie, right, Dottie? You remember Deb and her treats? Oh, I had that O was, I looked down and I have this what do you call them? It's a radio head, or I don't know. It's a replacement for the stock, like little screen and stuff that comes with the Ford. It's one in China, and it's a giant one that I put in, that my friend Daryl helped me put in. Well, he didn't help me put it in. He put it in, but I was there for moral support while he did it. Every once in a while, especially if the car sits for a few days, when I start the car, it doesn't start up. It's just a blank screen. It's like it's lifeless, like it's dead. And then after about 10 minutes, it suddenly comes on. And this time it was like 15 minutes, and it comes on, and everything seems fine. Yeah, I don't know why that is. If any of you if there are any technos out there that understand what's going on there, I'm wondering if is it, it's a less than a year old, so I'm wondering if it's a sign that it's dying, or maybe it's a software problem and I need to figure out how to do a hard restart and re-download. I don't know. But most of the time, it comes on right away. And it's often, you'd like it to come on right away because it's also the screen for the backup camera. So if it doesn't come on right away, you don't have a backup camera. You have to go old school. You have to turn your head. So it's a little bit of drive to get to this dental place, but I don't mind. They couldn't tell me how much it was going to cost. They said, an exam and x-rays are like $49. That's, I think, that plus a cleaning is like $109. that's not bad. So we'll find out if I'm going to need more work done with the x-rays. I'm an old fart. Cavities happen more easily when you're older, and we'll see what work I'm going to need to have done. If I have new cavities or new problems, it'll show in the x-rays. And what I'm hoping is that everything's good with them cementing the crown back in. What I'm hoping doesn't happen is they say, hey, there's a problem with this, it's failed, and your root canal failed, and you need an implant or a bridge, and we don't feel good about putting it back in over something that's broken, and they'll want me to spend money here to repair it, which will be way more money than Mexico. That's the worst case. The best case is it's a reasonable amount of money just to, I might as well have them do a cleaning, right? And do the x-rays, do it with permanent cement, and go on about my business. That would be the best case. So, well, I'll let you know which of those things happen. I'm a little worried about that because I remember on this one, the one that fell out, they warned me before I did it that, they looked at it in x-ray and said, I don't know if we can do a root canal here. It might be too far gone. We might have to do an implant. But at the last minute, they said, okay, it looks good. We can do the root canal. So it was borderline at the time. I hope it's not gotten worse. But there's no pain or anything, but I guess there wouldn't be because the root canal, I think, removes the nerve. So, I guess it could, I don't know, maybe it could be infected or something, or it could be advanced decay. I don't know. I guess the worst case is saying, oh, it's infected, there's decay that can be dangerous, and there's no way you should wait until December. You need to take care of this now. That's the worst case, I think, and I'll just have to spend the money and do it, It's sometimes how the ball bounces. And, you think, what does this say about the dental care in Mexico where you go in Algodones? Well, this is the second problem I've had with work that they've done. I'll have to admit that. The first one is another crown that failed. And I got back in there within a year, and they redid the whole thing, and it's fine now, and they did it for free because they're guaranteed it worked for a year. And they would have fixed this too if I were down there or if I was willing to wait. But having stuff redone, that's a first for me in dental work in my life. I've never had to go back to a dentist and have them redo something within a year. That said, there are levels of dentists in Algodones. There are higher tier ones that are more expensive, and maybe they do better work, and that's why they're more expensive. So if you're going to do dental work like me, in Mexico, I would suggest you really, really do your diligence on researching. And I am going to ask them when they look at this, I'm going to tell them, hey, it was done last year. Do you think they messed up somehow? And if they say yes, I'm probably not going to go back to that dentist. There is a higher level one that I went to once and had a little work done. And I didn't go back because it was so expensive in comparison, still a lot less than the U.S. But if they say here, this was not a quality job, I'll probably go back to that other dentist. The more expensive one, sadly, because I really love the people at the dentist I go to. The dentist I have, she's a wonderful person. But we'll see. I'll let you know after I get out of here. And I've gotten to know the town. I'm in Carlsbad, and I've gotten to know the town enough now, so I could tell. Looked on the map, I could tell where this was, and I didn't have to put it into Garmin or anything. I see it. That's not it, but it's in here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, it's not. It's a little further down, I think. Maybe the next one. I think it's in here. I think I see it. Yeah, it says medical group. I think it's gonna be in here somewhere, I think. I think. Yeah, I see the sign. Familia Dental. I see it. And I have 6 minutes to spare. And it's in there, and there's no way to get over there from here. This parking area does not go through. So I have to go out here, and this is always awkward when you just need to be 50 feet over, but you have to go to you can't go the wrong way. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's awkward. It's awkward, especially when there's a lot of traffic like there is right now. All right, I'm gonna shut this off, and I'll let you know what. Well, I still don't. They weren't able to fix it. So it is the really the worst case is they said and I was reminded that when I had this work done, they said, look, we can do this root canal, but it's borderline. What you really need is an implant. But we can do the root canal in the crown, but you're taking a risk. And they were very clear with me about that. And this was the risk that I took. So it was not the provider. And I completely sort of blanked that out. And when I was in there talking to the dentist, the memories flooded back. They told me 2 or 3 times, look, you're taking a risk by doing this. You need an implant. And that's what we need now. In addition to that, it's even worse because he said, they only did part of my mouth for the x-ray. And he said, there's a crown next to it that has a big cavity under it. That root canal is going to need to be redone and the crown redone. So, and I said, am I okay just waiting until December? He said, yeah, of course, just brush a lot in there. And you should be fine. The cavity's not going to grow significantly. It's a dead tooth where the crown is missing. And as long as you're comfortable eating and chewing, you're going to be just fine. Didn't try to pressure me to do the work there at all. So I highly recommend this place. It's called Familia Dental, dentistry for kids and adults in Carlsbad, New Mexico. And I got to tell you something. It seems like a no-brainer to say it was clean, but it was really clean. And I noticed something. The dental technician, when she came in and opened the cabinet and the the x-ray thing swung out and she did that. I noticed afterwards, she, of course wearing gloves, but she's sanitizing and wiping down the whole thing and making sure she like wipes down everything that she touched. I mean, I was impressed. I was impressed by that. Very professional dentist. Gave me an honest evaluation, wasn't trying to sell me on anything, and was very reassuring about, yeah, I understand. He said, you should probably really think about dental insurance though, because you know, things are going to happen like this when you're not in, you know, down near Mexico. So I'm gonna look into that. I just noticed a giant fly is in here. Dottie, get that giant fly. She's not moving. So anyway, I will reconnect with you when my friends Deb and Denny get here, or at least when they're on their way. Well, I'm back because I just did a little bit of research sitting here in the car. And I could get dental insurance, but there's like waiting periods of 6 to 12 months for any major procedures for obvious reasons. But I can still get that insurance at a pretty reasonable rate for things that happen in the future, and you know things are going to happen in the future. So I'm going to do a little bit of research on which one to get, but I will definitely, it'll cover preventative stuff, which should be good. But the stuff that I'm talking about happening, I also did a little research on what it'll likely cost me for an implant and everything, and he said I probably need a bone graft too. So based on what I'm seeing, something around $2,000 in the dentist I go to, and it would be actually, I should, for the video I should have said that. I'm just going to ask ChatGPT what the cost would be. What would the cost of what I need be in the US? And see what it says here. I'm going to guess a lot more than $2,000. It's thinking. Like it's thinking. And what I didn't say here, I didn't tell them to be sure to include the cost of the bone graft. But so the comparison here is it's saying it's the average I'm going to pay where I go in Algodones is $1,000 to $1,500, and I was adding $500 for the bone graft. But I'm tempted to turn this off and turn it back on because it's taking so long. Why don't I do that? I'll be right. So it's the New Mexico cost $1,000 to $1,500. It compares to $3,000 to $6,000 in the U.S. And I've talked to people that so with the bone graft and everything, we're talking probably $7,000 or $8,000. So that is so significant to me that I'm definitely going to go back to my dentist. I mentioned earlier, like I'm going to find out if, you know, they made a mistake, and the combination of and I asked before the memories I talked about flooded back. I asked the dentist, so did my provider do something wrong? And he said, oh, absolutely not. He said the remaining tooth just, it broke off. It wasn't the cement, it was the tooth breaking, and then the memories came back, and I told them, hey, they told me what I really needed was an implant, and I was taking a risk by doing the root canal on the crown. And he said they absolutely really did right by you. And so I'm definitely gonna go back there. It's called Borderline Dental. And I told you I had one other problem there, and they cheerfully and promptly fixed that. So they didn't create two problems. This was my risk that I took, and that's what I'm gonna do to resolve it. So anyway, I'll see you when my Denny and Deb get here today. Okay, so I wasn't planning to shoot anything in here because it's just in Albertsons, but it's not just in Albertsons. It's one of the coolest ones I think I've ever seen. Check this out. It's enormous. And I'm a little stunned. Yeah, this is a huge Albertsons. Wow. Okay, when I got back to the car, I had to do some research, and combined with talking to the cashier, because I walked into this place and it was, this is Albertsons? What the heck is going on here? And the cashier got me in the direction of what I'm going to read you now. I got off the internet. It's United Supermarkets out of Lubbock was acquired by Albertsons in like 2013 or 2014. And they operate retail banners: United Supermarkets, which is standard grocery; Market Street, which is more upscale and gourmet; Amigos, International Foods, and United Express convenience stores. Now, what's special about the Albertsons here is Albertsons Market is a banner brand used by the United family operations in certain locations in New Mexico. For example, the store in Carlsbad, New Mexico is operated under this banner. So it's got the Albertsons name on it, but it's, I think it's a kind of a mixture of the United Supermarket and Market Street. They're upscale. It's really pretty cool. I was very impressed, and I wish I'd had my regular camera hanging around my neck. I would have shown you the whole place, the whole shopping experience. But that's pretty cool find in Carlsbad, New Mexico. All right, guys, as promised in the beginning of the video, when I was going to Carlsbad, I said some friends were coming to visit, and here they are. Deb and Denny from Minnesota, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys are going to hang around here for a couple of days, right?
Yep.
And in your what are your plans for the winter? What's going on?
Well, we got to go to the dentist down in Algodones. We're going to go to Romp It Up first.
And what's Romp It Up?
That's with border hookups and some other bands playing. We go down there and they got a wine tour and a bunch of other stuff going on.
So that's
something
like
we haven't done yet.
So that's boondocking.
Yeah,
you said outside of Tucson,
it's a rally,
right?
basically.
Yeah.
It's all boondocking. They do have some electric, but not much. And I think there's 60 rigs that they're going to have.
Wow, that's big. That's big. I've been, the border hookups, they're a couple that they both sing and play guitar.
Yep.
And
Nathan's
I've seen them.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen them a couple of times.
Yep.
They do concerts in Quartzsite pretty much every year.
I did a video on them. Yep.
They're pretty good. It's pretty entertaining.
Pretty fun.
But you are going to end up in Quartzsite at some point.
Oh,
right?
yeah, we'll be in Quartzsite. We're probably going to go to the Imperial Dam in Yuma and then down to the dentist. Probably be there a month, and then we'll end up in Quartzsite before the show.
Before the January show.
Probably beginning of January. We'll be there, and then we can try to get your solar.
Yeah. I think I think I mentioned it this morning when I was talking about you guys, that Denny helped me with my solar last year and taught me how to do some wiring and things, gave me lessons on, we took those MC4 connectors and changed them to SAE. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, it's just a better connector,
system.
Better system.
Something that's made to plug in and out.
Yeah, and he taught me how to do that. And So I've wanted to do, I was mentioning to him I wanted to do an upgrade to my system, and it was going to cost me a lot at uh, Solar Bills, which I love Solar Bills,
Yeah.
but you know,
But
he's got to
they're
make a
out to
living.
make money too, you know.
They're out to make money too, and
Everything's got a price.
I think I've decided I have to I have something special for Denny to compensate him for that, and he doesn't know that yet. But I'm gonna surprise him here in a minute.
Friendships goes a long ways, my friend.
Well, here's the thing, Denny. This camera that you're looking at, I happen to have a spare one. It's a long story, and I was gonna give you the camera, and for helping me out this winter, and
Sure.
this is a very serious blogging YouTuber camera that you're gonna enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
So
put another addition to my channel, I guess.
yeah. So we're gonna go out to dinner tonight. We'll give you a glimpse of that because we're going to Yellow Bricks in Carlsbad, and I think I've taken you guys there before because I went with the Muse, the men eating without supervision Thursday thing. We went to Yellow Bricks for breakfast. I've never been there for dinner, but I understand it's great, and we'll see you there.
Yes, we will.
I'm recording us, right?
Yep.
And then So here we are on the road with Denny and Deb. It's Travels with Dottie here. Dottie is not with us. We're taking a day trip, and in over my shoulder right there is Deb. And I'll show you. Here's Denny driving his little tiny pickup truck. What kind is it, Denny?
Dodge Ram 3500 dually.
A Dodge Ram 3500 dually. Okay, maybe that's not a tiny pickup truck. Where are we going? I'm glad you asked where we're going. We're going to Sitting Bull Falls, which is, at this point, I think about 35 miles from here. And it's a waterfall. It's federal, but it's like, I don't think it's manned. I checked and it's still open, so there's like, I don't think there are any federal employees there, so we'll be able to get in and manually pay. I think it's a $5 per car parking fee. And I've always wanted to go out here, and I've never gotten the chance, and I got the chance now, so we're going for it. So we got a lot of stuff covered this morning. Denny is gonna help me. He's gonna install my upgraded solar that I've been talking about for a long time, and we're gonna do that in Quartzsite this winter. And we went to the trailer and measured a bunch of stuff and strategized, and so I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm saving a ton of money by Denny helping. He's an authorized Victron dealer, right? And he really knows his stuff with solar. And so I was gonna save so much money that I think if you saw the prior video, I gave him I'm using the Osmo Pocket 3 right now, and I had a spare one, so Denny has that now. He has a YouTube channel, and what's your YouTube channel called, and how do you find it?
DDK Travels.
DDK Travels, and he's just starting out, so don't go out there expecting hundreds of videos to go through. Just getting started, but we could use some support in terms of building up the subscriber base by subscribing to it. And he's going to be, especially with this new fancy camera, he's going to be coming out with some pretty interesting content. A couple of things I'm looking forward to. He has a beautiful fifth wheel. It's what's the brand on the fifth wheel?
Grand Design Solitude S-Class.
Solitude S-Class, Grand Design. So it's a beautiful, so He'll be doing a tour of the exterior and the interior when Deb authorizes it in writing. But also this truck, he'll be showing you all about this truck, and he's pretty enthusiastic about it. And the other thing we talked about was these tragedies with people RVing out there with big Class A rigs and not really having much experience driving large vehicles, and the tragedies would ensue. In particular, yes, he's pointing out the turn. We're 32 miles from Sitting Bull Falls. When there are steering tire blowouts and people have these big rigs and they have no idea how to handle that, and there's a video on my channel of a couple was very sadly deceased on one of those accidents, and he's going to help. He was a truck driver, so he absolutely knows what he's doing, and one of the videos is going to be on that topic, on what you need to do when this happens. And what I didn't realize too, he was telling me about a product. There's a company that sells a product that puts a interior tire on the front tires that when there's a blowout, it doesn't completely blow out. It defaults to the second tire, so you don't so easily lose control of the vehicle. But that's sort of a flavor of the content that's going to be coming on his channel. So I'll put a link in the description to his channel. So let's get out there and support him and help grow his channel. Like I was telling him, he said you had about 60 subscribers, Denny.
Yeah.
That's what I had when I first, in 2021, December 1st, when I hit the road. I had 60 subscribers, and I've got, I think I saw this morning, 11,700 in 4 years, and that's where we want to get them. So you're going along with us to Sitting Bull Falls. And I was curious, was Sitting Bull here? No, it doesn't have anything to do with Sitting Bull, unfortunately. It has to do with some rock that looks like an Indian, and someone named it Sitting Bull Falls. That's the best I can do on that. But when we get there, we'll show you everything. See you in a few. We'll see you almost instantly. So this is the road going out there. I guess we're going to be doing this for about 20 miles, but I wasn't expecting this kind of interesting topography. It's pretty cool. I'm very surprised. And this is very close to home. At home it all seems so flat and boring, but boy, you can't use the words flat and boring here. It's pretty neat.
Black River Falls.
Very interesting. So we're at another pretty interesting part here. I think, what do you guess, we're 2 or 3 miles from the falls. You can tell we're not, it doesn't feel desert anymore, it feels mountain. Oh, just cancel, because you're connected by wire. It thinks you're connected to a computer. Look at that. right, we have arrived at the parking lot. This is what it looks like. It's pretty impressive. Let's see what it says up here. All right, we got some rules. No glass containers, climbing prohibited, enclosure areas, camping prohibited in day use area where we are, grill only fires, no shooting, skateboarding or inline skating, pets must be kept on a leash.
Little covers for a picnic area, covered areas.
So we're $10 per vehicle here. Huh. There's actually Starlink here if you're within 100 feet of the host here. That's interesting. So here is, oh, here's a permit envelope. And we will, I'm going to turn the camera off while I take care of this. All right, well, we paid the fee and Denny's found something here that made him say, holy cow.
I don't know where the falls are, but it looks like a long walk. Where we're going to find them. I don't know where we're parked at.
Sitting Bull Falls and viewing decks.
Yeah.
I guess it means go this way, right? I don't think it's far from what I read. I don't know whether it means this way or this way.
I don't know either.
Oh, that is a little.
Probably both.
I don't know. Let's go this way.
I was going to say this way if I had to
Sitting
take a
Bull
guess.
Viewing Falls. So, we're going to follow Rob. We'll let Rob lead. Here's the back side of it.
There's lots of neat picnic sort of structures here. I don't know whether we're going the right way or not, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Yeah, it looks like we could have gone either way, and it met up right here. It's like there's lots of water available. I think I hear water. definitely hear water. Hi. And there are the falls. It's right here. Oh, look at this. All right, this is pretty cool. Can you imagine being out in these arid mountains 100, 150 years ago and stumbling across this? Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Crystal clear water. So Denny, what do you think? Are you surprised?
Yeah, it's just amazing, isn't it? Totally amazing, Rob. Out in the middle of the desert, you got aqua blue water.
Look how clear that is down there.
It's just crazy.
On film, you probably can't even really tell it's water. It's so clear.
I mean, this stuff is really super clear. Super clear water. I had my GoPro. I would have stuck it under the water here.
And wasn't it a little less than an hour to get here, would you say?
Yeah, it was about 45 minutes, I suppose. And that's right off the highway.
Near Carlsbad.
Yeah.
Well, right across from Brantley Lake State Park for the turnoff.
Okay.
You go right instead of left.
Okay. But yeah, I'm going to try to step down here and get a better picture of this blue water. It's amazing.
I notice I step at my age in my hip replacement a lot more gingerly than I did in my young days. That's for certain. Here comes Deb. And I'm grateful for handrails too.
Oh, yes.
So what do you think? Isn't this amazing?
Yeah. Very cool. It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I think on this video I delivered here more than I expected to. This is pretty cool stuff. I think I'm going to end it here, but you guys know me that I'll end the video and then there'll come something right after where I'm recording again. So that could very well happen. But if it doesn't, thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.